This orecchiette pasta with sausage and broccoli is an iconic Italian dish from Puglia. Let me show you how to make it.
To a large sauté pan, add 15 milliliters or 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Turn the heat up to high. While that's coming up to temperature, let's prepare our sausages. Remove the sausage meat from its casing. You could either squeeze it out, like this, or slice down the casing with a knife and peel it away from the sausage meat. To feed 4 people, you'll need about 400 grams or 6 sausage links. Once the oil is shimmering, add your sausages to your pan. I like to flatten mine out a little bit so that they get nice and brown all over. More surface area means more caramelization. Set a large pot of water on to boil, and once it's boiling vigorously, add in a good quantity of salt. My sausages are very low in fat, so I'm going to drizzle in another tablespoon, 15 milliliters of olive oil. Once they start to brown, flip your sausage patties over. You can see what I mean about that caramelization. If your pan is looking very dry, you can add in a little bit more oil. And when you've got browning on both sides of your sausages, start to break them up with your cooking utensil. You can make them as large or as fine as you'd like. Turn your pan down slightly while you prepare your broccoli. Trim off the cut ends of your broccoli. They can be a little bit dry. Slice the stems into small pieces around 1 centimeter in width. Once you get to the top of your broccoli, cut the pieces a little bit larger. These dark green leafy bits are so delicious, so don't throw them away.
This recipe is traditionally made with broccoli rabe, or rapini in Italian. But it's not always easy to find, and it sure isn't easy to find where I live. So I'm substituting tender stem broccoli. If you can find rapini, use that instead. You could also substitute in some arugula for that nice peppery taste.
Once your sausages are cooked through, you can add the broccoli straight to the pan. Give the broccoli a toss in the pan, allowing the sausages and broccoli to really come together and start to cook down. After a minute or two, your broccoli will start to turn bright green. That's a great sign to grate in your garlic. I'm adding 2 cloves, but add as much as your heart desires.
And if you like your dish a little bit more spicy, go ahead and add in some chili peppers. If your sausage doesn't have fennel, you can add some fennel seeds as well.
Once your broccoli have started to become tender and you can pierce them easily with a fork, add in 60 milliliters, 1/4 cup of a nice Italian white wine. I'm using Pinot Grigio. This helps to deglaze the pan and get all of that flavor off of the bottom. And if yours cooked off as quickly as mine did, add in a little bit more. Another 1/4 cup won't hurt.
If you don't want to use or don't have white wine on hand, you could substitute it out with a few tablespoons of lemon juice or a splash of white vinegar. It just helps to elevate the dish and make it a little bit less rich.
I'm going to add in a little bit of the salted pasta water even though we haven't dropped the pasta yet, because it will help the broccoli steam just that little bit more. Our sauce is pretty much finished, and because I'm using fresh pasta, it only takes about 2 to 3 minutes to cook, so I'm going to drop it in now.
But if you're using a dried store-bought version, make sure to follow your package directions.
Because it's fresh, I like to gently move the pasta while it's cooking so that it doesn't stick together. And once they start floating to the top, they're done. Add the cooked orecchietti straight to your pan with your sausages. Don't worry if a little bit more of the pasta water transfers over with them. It will just help amalgamate the sauce.
If you'd like to learn how to make orecchietti from scratch with only 2 ingredients, I've linked my video recipe down in the description below.
Stir the orecchietti with the sausage and broccoli and add in a few more ladlefuls of the pasta water until the sauce is a thinner consistency. You can add as much or as little as you like depending on how thick you want your sauce to be. I've used about 3 to 4 small ladles. Finish it off with about 50 grams or half a cup of freshly grated parmigiano reggiano cheese. The measurement is a suggestion, but I always measure cheese with my heart. Stir that around so that the cheese helps to thicken the sauce and wraps itself around each piece of orecchietti. Give it a little taste to test for seasoning and add salt if needed, or more cheese. All that's left to do is ladle yourself up a big bowl, top it with more cheese, and dig in.
If you're looking for another great Italian recipe, you have to try this one. If you found this video helpful, please head down below and hit the like button so that it can be sent out to more people like you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.